Hey everyone out there, this is Nate. MUFC today. We're just got done just maybe 10, 15 minutes ago with the Manchester United's first preseason match here today against the LA Galaxy, just like 3 years ago. Louis van Gaal's first match, 7-0. Exciting match, really, that last time. And even this one was final score 5-2. Rashford, double. Fellaini added a third in the first half. Then Martial and Mkhitaryan wrapped it up. And then the LA Galaxy grabbed two back. Giovanni Dos Santos, everybody remembers him, I think. But he had a good cutback, crossed Lindelof, and then found that back post and made it in. And then kind of got a lucky deflection off his own body and put it past Pereira. So 5-2 the score. Good, really, in my opinion, amazing first match. The Galaxy aren't having the best MLS season. They are really looking for a goal scorer. I think they're just completely holding out for Ibrahimovic, hoping that he'll join and really help them score some goals. They've been drawing a lot of matches lately. So the Galaxy really came to play, and I thought it would be a good test for them. On the opposite side, I think Manchester United showed a lot of pressing. In the build-up to the match on MUTV, David May was talking about how they'd been watching them at training all week. And really, they just said they were pressing and working hard. The players were looking in shape and fit. And I think you saw it, two halves. No one was really 90-minute fit to play for 90 minutes. So we got two different 11s, plus Demi Mitchell came on at the end there for Fosu Mensah. I think just as a cautionary thing, Fosu Mensah went down kind of awkward. And then, of course, he got subbed. And I think it's worth it in these matches not to do it. But Fosu Mensah had a great assist to Martial for our fourth goal. And I thought he played fantastic. So we'll just talk about some of the players here. If you want to get on the chat, I'm there. It's just me tonight. No one else is with me. So if you see the chat there, you want to jump on, talk about any players, I'll be reading some of those. And we can just talk United. It's amazing that United is back. Match started at 7 p.m. my time, which is Pacific Standard Time out here on the west coast of the States. And so I did tweet out earlier today that for 2 weeks a year, we do get, especially when United's here, we do get matches at a normal time, not at 4 a.m. or 7 a.m. or these weird times. We actually get them our time. And then, of course, for everybody else out there in the UK, and then I know for some people, even I think in India and maybe even in China, they were in the morning there. But the UK, we're talking, I think, 3 a.m. local time kickoff there. So if you guys stayed up, I'm proud of you. We do it all year long. And I think it was awesome that you guys did that. So, all right, so 5-2 final score. United really came out of the gate strong, pressed the LA Galaxy, and the LA Galaxy really didn't have an answer for the press. Lingard, of course, toe poking the ball away from the LA Galaxy defender, put Rashford through, and then Rashford had a perfect finish in the second minute to start. I missed the goal. I was trying to get my stuff connected and get my iPhone AirPlaying over to my TV, and by the time I finally had to start it 2 or 3 times, by the time I got it in, we were already up 1-0. So missed that first goal live, but still a really good goal from Rashford. He looks huge. He has put on some muscle and some weight, and Rashford really does look incredible. And I think it's just a step forward. 19, going to be 20. Unbelievable, really. But he had a great match, obviously. United got that opening goal, and then they just kept pressing. And I thought it was important. A lot of times last season we saw them sit back. And this is the first match. Taking the commentary as serious isn't probably worth it. But I did see some people tweeting after the match, like, we can't give up late goals. We have to hold on to leads. And, I think we know that, and I think that defense is going to get better, trying 3 at the back there. Bailly, Lindelof made a fantastic tackle late in the second half. Bailly always just being himself out there, pushing people around, heading balls away. Those two, I don't want to speak something that's not going to happen. I like to try to be positive, but Bailly, Lindelof, they're going to be fantastic. And I think that's a partnership, young partnership, that's only going to grow. And I know a lot of people tweet about Jose Mourinho and the time he's going to spend at United, everybody's thoughts about that. But in my opinion, he's going to be around for a long time. And I think for that part of it, it's important that we basically, I think we get behind him and hope he sticks around. Next season will be that third bad season. But in my opinion, I think that's going to be his best season with United, because I think getting rid of a lot of the players he may not want to keep, or he's trying to weed out and bring in some of the players he wants, young and old, anything he wants to do. I think a lot of that takes time. So first season, can't complain with 2 trophies, winning the Community Shield at the beginning of the season. I think it's always a great start. To get into the Community Shield, you have to win the league or the FA Cup. So it doesn't get enough respect. It is treated as a preseason friendly, but I still think winning the Community Shield, I've always thought that has been it's a trophy. You have to win a trophy to get to win that trophy. So it should have a bit more respect, in my opinion. But so 3 trophies last season in his first year, 25-game unbeaten streak through the Premier League. Not enough wins, obviously, too many draws to really get into the top 4 and then even compete. We score some of these goals that we could have had, and we're talking second place, possibly even challenging Chelsea to really have a fantastic shot at winning the Premier League. So first season, this second season is going to be fantastic. 2 players already signed, Lindelof and Lukaku. He looks amazing in Manchester United red. Didn't get any goals, which no big deal on that. I know Arsenal tweeting out, Lacazette scoring a goal. Everybody scoring goals for their team. Rooney had a goal in his opening match. Fantastic strike, man. But Lukaku not getting one, I don't think that's a big deal, and I know Mourinho's not going to worry about it. He's going to protect Lukaku. That price brings with it a lot of – Manchester United already gets shit through the press. They already are treated badly. And so to bring out your new signing who just spent a lot of money and put him in front of the press, he brought Lingard out. I thought it was perfect. He did it to Pogba last year. Pogba didn't come out and meet the press till, I think, like March, before the second leg of one of the Europa League matches. That's when Pogba came out. So he's protecting Lukaku, and I like it. He played the second half. Lukaku's a hold-up player and then play off of him, and I don't think United really got that going. I thought Martial played fantastic, had a ton of chances. I thought he could have slid off to Lukaku, but he was shooting from distance, and I think Martial's trying to take the horse by the reins here and really, really show he wants to be at United. He wants to play. He wants to start. So let's go first half here. In the first half, it was pretty impressive. United pressed right out of the gate. LA Galaxy weren't ready for it, and they caught an early goal, but then they kept pressing, kept pushing, kept having chances, and then Rashford had a great goal, put the ball through, and he scored. And then Fellaini, Lingard with some really good work down the left, played a 1-2, kept it in off the in line, and then played it back to Fellaini for a good left-footed finish. So United looking flowing. That first group really without Pogba there and Bailly, but a lot of those guys, obviously they played all last season together, so they looked more fluid and together. In the second half, I thought United looked fine. There was really no complaints. It's the first match. They've been training for 5-6 days now. They flew across from the UK all the way to the west coast of the States, but they've been training in the sun, and I thought they looked in shape. They looked great. First half was good, 3-0 halftime score. Rashford with the double, Fellaini adding the third. And then into the second half, Andres Pereira for me was fantastic. He really was. Him and Pogba together in midfield, add Herrera. I mean, I know we want a central defensive midfielder, and it's important, but I thought Andres Pereira is going to be a fantastic fit in that midfield. He controlled well, picked his passes, and it's really exciting to see him back, and I hope he really gets a good chance to show what he did. I don't know if you got a chance to watch him last season on loan, but he looked fantastic, scored some great goals, a couple of great goals, played the ball well, really passes really well. I still love Blin. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the match. He didn't have any assists, but putting a couple of balls through kind of just between the lines, he's fantastic. They'll play that ball in the midfield looking to go up, but then it'll go back to the defenders. But Blin playing a couple one-time balls, through the midfield all the way to the front strikers is fantastic. I know a lot of people think he could be a good central defensive midfielder, and from what he shows with his passing range, I can't disagree with that. Mourinho obviously doesn't agree, never played him there, hasn't really given him that shot. So obviously he's keeping an eye out. So in his press conference the other day, he did mention that we're 50% done. So let's talk about the 50% we got. First off, Lindelof came through. He's going to be fantastic. Great tackle towards the end of the second half, kind of one-on-one with the offensive player from the Galaxy. Outpaced him. Great tackle to clear the ball out for a throw. Just really good. I was surprised to see him and Bailly playing together. I think that's what Mourinho wants. Jones and Smalling, I'm not sure what's going to happen there, but I thought Lindelof was fantastic. He's big, he's strong, he's not afraid to go for the ball. And if you watched any games last season with Benfica, he's really good, and even with Sweden, he's really good at playing balls from the back, either through to midfield or past midfield up to the strikers. He's very accurate. Think of Chris Smalling, and then just think of the complete opposite in passing. That's basically what you got when it comes to Lindelof. He's super fantastic, very accurate with his passes. You've got Bailly, who would run headfirst into a wall. So I think the combination of the two of them, it's really, really, really going to work for us. And for that much, I'm super excited for the defense. Left back, of course, you had in the second half Matteo Darmian. Unsure what's going to happen there. I saw people tweeting about Mourinho saying Luke Shaw and those guys were going to be out until the new year. I don't think that's what he was talking about. That's not really how I heard it. I thought he was talking a bit more about like Rojo, Ibrahimovic. I think he was still referring to that, not specifically saying Luke Shaw was going to do that. So on that side, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. But the defense was fantastic, I thought. They did give up a couple of late goals. The first half, Galaxy didn't really have anything on goal. De Gea was there. Pereira had a great couple of saves there at the end. I thought he could have done better on their second goal, committing more. But that's it's the first game, and I think it's going to be fantastic having Pereira there. Huge, huge chance that De Gea goes to Real Madrid. Romero becomes our number one keeper, and Pereira backs him up. That's going to be – I'd be sad if De Gea left, no doubt. He's number one and a half keeper in the world. And I don't think you can really deny that with anyone else. City's over there buying goalkeepers left and right, and defenders trying to do what we did last year, which was be one of the top two teams in the world in our goal, in the goals that we conceded and the defense that we played. So moving forward, I thought Pereira was fantastic. De Gea looked comfortable as always. The man's a beast. De Gea, from what you remember seeing him 2012. Coming in, he was real thin, wiry, made some great saves, made a few mistakes. De Gea's cleaned that up. I still think his biggest fault is his near post, and I think I saw there was a couple of saves last season where I thought he covered really well. So De Gea, please don't leave, mate. If you see this, stick around. We're doing great things. I know you see it now. Back in the Champions League, signing top players again. It's important for guys like that to stick around. Who was your man of the match? Hit me on chat. I'm on here right now. Who was your man of the match tonight? I thought Rashford's double was fantastic. Pereira was fantastic in midfield. I thought Lukaku, not necessarily that he was nervous. I don't know. Did you think he was nervous? I'm not sure that I did. But a lot of the Galaxy were trying to play very physical. I mean, at one part was it Lingard going through in the first half? They just grabbed his shirt. He'd already flown past him, and he just pulled him back. No cards were given. Just a friendly match, of course, and now we're good. So, but moving forward now, looking to the next match, these guys are going to be getting into better shape. Mourinho's going to be finding his 11 because coming up on August 8th, of course, we're looking at going into playing Real Madrid for the second time in just under like 2 weeks. But this time, of course, for the UEFA Super Cup, and it's going to be fantastic. So what was your thoughts tonight? How did you feel about it? Tweet us at MUFC Today #1, at MUFC Today 1. That's our account. Or you can hit me up at Nathaniel Hyatt. Some of you guys already follow me. It's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that. But a good first match. Players look in shape. Mourinho looked awake. Looked like he was expecting a lot of the players. More for fitness, more for working hard. Love watching Pogba. You can't get enough of what he does. He chased a couple of balls all the way from midfield down into the corner and then blocked him out for one was a corner and I think the other was a throw. He just works so hard. He gets shit for his price, but the man won 4 straight Scudettos in Italy, came over to United and won 3 trophies in his first season. You can't say enough about this guy. He's been in the world top 11 already just as a teenager and in his early 20s. I mean, this is ridiculous what he's done. And he gets so much hate, and you got to hate United players. It seems like it's what you do if you're not a United fan, I guess. And sometimes even if you're a United fan, you just hate on our players too. But in the end, Pogba looked fantastic. I think that Pogba midfield with Herrera still looks perfect. Andres Pereira is going to be a fantastic midfielder. He's really good. He's going to be attacking. And I think a lot of times Pogba doesn't play. We're going to see Pereira this season kind of fill in and play for him. Would like to see more. Lingard played out on the left. I thought that worked out actually really well. He worked that left side pretty good, making runs, getting balls, playing them into the middle. And, of course, he had that assist for Fellaini's goal. Fantastic hold up along the byline there and then cutting it back, and Fellaini finished. So I was fantastic watching United. The summer seems forever. There's no World Cup, no European Cup. There's the Gold Cup still going on here in the States with North America and Central American teams. But that's a lot of B players anyways. So football is hard to find, but now we're back. Another friendly match, and then we start the ICC Cup, International Continental Champions Cup, I think. But we'll get in. We won it that first year of Van Gaal. We beat Real Madrid. We beat Liverpool, beat Roma, beat Barcelona. So we had a fantastic summer. And then, of course, we lose 2-1 to Swansea opening day. Rooney with the overhead kick. But we couldn't keep that lead. So hopefully I'm seeing something different. There was attacking football tonight. And I'm hoping as Mourinho gets more of his players, he's allowed to train with them more often, they're going to start attacking more, doing more attacking, and not so much scoring and then sitting back and waiting. I don't think he's got the team he wants yet for that. And, of course, he's looking forward. So Lindelof, fantastic second half, couple of great tackles. Him and Bailly are going to be perfect. They're going to complement each other really well. Lukaku, I thought, did well holding up the ball, trying to do some interchanges with Martial. Thought Martial was a little selfish a few times, could have laid it off to Lukaku instead of shooting from distance, but really no complaints on that. I know Lukaku would have liked to have scored on his opening match, but all that matters is goals come Super Cup and moving forward. That's all that matters. So Lukaku getting in with his teammates, learning to connect, that's what we want. Now, 50%. We're 50% done according to Mourinho, and 2 more players is what he wants. Now, I think that's impending if anyone leaves. Now, I did see West Brom interested in more of our players, and I'm not surprised. Tony Pulis loves Ferguson, and he loves the players that Ferguson created. And when they come from United, they come with a different thing. You know, he had Darren Fletcher as his captain, Johnny Evans he bought. I mean, these guys go in there, I don't think it's surprising. So him being in for Jones, him being in for Smalling, I'd like to see if that actually happens. I think it'd actually be really good place for both of them. But either way, if they go, then I think we have to go back into the market looking for defenders. We've got Tuanzebe, Timothy Fosu-Mensah. We've got some guys that can play defense. So I'm not necessarily there. Maybe he buys one and brings up one of these guys to play a bit more. I thought Tuanzebe was magnificent at the end of last season, and I think he's kind of proving that he belongs in the squad. So we do have a deep squad of players. I'd like to add 3 more players. I'd like to add a real winger. I know Perisic is out there. In my opinion, he's a smokescreen for Alexis Sanchez. Smokescreen is obviously the new word in this transfer window, smokescreen. But I think he's a smokescreen for Alexis Sanchez. Just like Morata, we never actually paid what Real Madrid wanted. We inched along. And then right when finally we'd gotten everything done with Lukaku, suddenly we agree with Lukaku and Morata's out the window. I think the exact same thing is true of Perisic. Everybody's saying, hey, it's close. I mean, that was the exact same thing with Morata. We're this close. We're $1 million off. We're just $5 million short. Next bid in 48 hours, you know, all that nonsense. I think the exact same thing is happening right now with Perisic. So hopefully, in my opinion, it's a smokescreen for Alexis Sanchez. He's a boyhood United fan, and I would like to see him come through kind of an RVP-esque signing, coming from another club, great scorer, great attacker, and he's just that extra push to get us over the top, get us that 21st league title this season. So I don't think Perisic is coming. I think Alexis Sanchez is, and I think Lingard will play a lot on the left this year. And then I also think we're looking at for a defensive midfielder. That's the one I have no clue. Matic, I don't think Chelsea are interested in selling to us, but in the end, they may have no choice. You've got Matic there. I'd like to see Julian Weigl from Dortmund come. I think he's Michael Carrick 12 years ago, or maybe 14 years ago. But that's what I see. Mourinho may not see the same thing. It's no big deal. But moving forward, I think you add that, and I would love to see us add another actual striker. I'd love to see us, those years we won the Champions League, 3 back-to-back-to-back Premier Leagues, we had a deep list of strikers, Ronaldo, Rooney, Tevez, Berbatov. We added these guys in, plus young guys coming through like Danny Welbeck. They were always there for it. Now, I think a big thing too is that if we can do that, I mean, if say we add Alexis Sanchez, that's a lot of goals. So it'd be important. I mean, that would be great if that happens. For now, the rumors say he's going to City. I don't think that's true. I do think United are in for him. I think he's the smokescreen for Perisic. Could be wrong, obviously. Doesn't really matter. I don't have any inside sources at the club. I'm not an in the know or anything like that. I'm just saying what I'd like to see happen and what my opinion is. So tweet us your opinion. MUFC Today, #1 is our account at Twitter. Mine's at Nathaniel Hyatt. Getting some hate on Twitter for saying I think I'm retarded if we can sign Alexis Sanchez. But it's not disrespectful. It would be fantastic. He's leaving Arsenal. Basically said as much today in his radio interview. He wants to play in the Champions League. Arsenal are now Europa League contenders. And so you couldn't really said much more than that. So he's coming to one of City or United. And in my opinion, I think United have been working on this for quite a while. And he'll come through almost like Lukaku out of the blue, make it happen quick when it does. He'll be back off his holiday since he, of course, was playing in the Confederations Cup. He'll be back in the next, I think, week or 10 days at the most. And I think we'll see some action then. So fun game tonight, absolutely. First game against the LA Galaxy, just like a few years ago, scored a lot of goals. But in the end, United were too strong for the LA Galaxy. They're really struggling to score goals anyhow. They want Ibrahimovic. And so it was a perfect opening for our preseason. A lot of preseason games, way better than last year in China. Played like one, canceled the second match. It just was a disaster. They didn't get the preparation they needed, especially coming off the European Championships. This year, though, clean summer. All the players are back. Hopefully we keep them injury-free going into Real Madrid in the Super Cup. And then, of course, into week 1 of the Premier League, August 15th on a Sunday. So thank you guys for joining in tonight. We'll be doing more of these through the preseason. We're here in the States. United are actually here. So I get matches for the next 2 weeks at normal-ass times, not these 4 a.m., 7 a.m. kickoff times that I normally deal with throughout the entire season. So thank you guys for joining in. Shoot over your comments if you want. Give us a follow. Subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. We definitely appreciate it. We like doing these videos. Hey, and for me and Joey who are on here, and our friend Pasha who will be on here in the next few weeks, if you ever want to come on, send us a tweet. Let us know you'd like to do it. We'll get you on the next one, have you come on and talk United. That's what we like to do. So everyone out there, stay safe. Some of you are just getting up now. Sun's coming up. Like me, some of you are headed off to bed now. But a fantastic first match from United. 5-2 over the LA Galaxy. Rashford with the double, Fellaini with the third, Martial with the fourth, and then Henrik Mkhitaryan with the 5th goal there to win 5-2. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Thanks for joining in.